Hello, Ben Mize here, and I wanted to talk this time about divide and conquer and what may be the ultimate goal of this whole stir up a race war we see in the past several years, and especially about, I'll start out this Jussie Smollett. I think it was the Chicago police chief that said that he staged a MAGA attack against a gay black man himself for money because he wasn't satisfied with his salary. So, let's say that how's he going to get that money? If he never got caught and everybody continued to believe that MAGA supporters tried to lynch Jussie Smollett, who would think that was such a thing that they would give him more money? Is this the in-your-face admission that the race baiters conspired to pay Jussie Smollett to do this? Or we're going to give him, maybe had control over his bosses at his TV show, and we're going to give him a pay raise if he did this? Is that how deep we're admitting that things go? And that the police know that there was a source that was going to give him more money as part of this conspiracy, and won't say a peep about it, about who it is and why? For years now we've seen, in my opinion, the whole left-wing media, just about, give us only what part of the story would inflame everybody's anger to be racist. And you wouldn't hear them retracting that, turns out the police found out that hands up, don't shoot was a lie, or different things. And to all the people that watch Democrat supporting media in America have only, I suspect, been fed this narrative that everything's racist, and it's time to get really, 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 really mad about it, which is a really bad idea. And it's gone on to today, and now we have this Jussie Smollett thing. And who is it that wants us to be so mad that blacks and Mexicans and white people all hate each other so much they want to shoot each other? Who would that benefit? And is there a illuminati that wants to have a satanic one world government, new world order that they can't get with the U.S. military intact? But if we had a race war, like Dmitry Duduman prophesied that communists would start an internal revolution in the U.S., followed by an invasion by China and other nations and a nuclear attack, is that why apparently someone powerful enough to get all the most of the media to stir the pot? Is this showing that there's an illuminati getting the media to stir the pot to get a race war, so that we're busy with internal problems, and then from the oceans all our enemies nuke us while we're burdened and with a civil strife, and so they can have their satanic one world government after they knock out the main Christian army that's opposing it, which is the U.S. military. Not that they're perfect, not that we didn't invade countries we had no business blowing up, but I suspect that the military's really awake right now and really wants to do the right thing and does not need to be destroyed. And so I support this rebuild our military campaign of President Trump, because I can't really think of other militaries that would stand up to communist China effectively. But and you know, as far as the Illuminati, it's in the Bible. If you go to Revelation, especially chapters 17 and 18, it says, Mystery Babylon worships the devil, is drunk on the blood of the saints, kills them, corrupts the people, corrupts the kings, and rules over the kings or the governments of the world. Of course, they didn't have democracy back when that was written, but now it'd be governments. And so it's right there in the Bible, the Illuminati. And you look around and look at some of these free energy patents at USPTO.gov, like Howard Johnson's 1979 curved and straight permanent magnet motor patent that the pair system of USPTO.gov, the patent office, said was granted and thus had utility and thus was proven to work and thus was proven to be a free energy device 40 plus years ago, almost, and 39, and no, 40, just about. I'd have to look at the month. Anyway, but we all had to pay all these carbon credits. You know, we had to bankrupt ourselves paying carbon credits, and the patent office has declared that it's been proven to them that we don't have to do that because we've got free energy. You don't hear a peep about it. Who gets $100 billion of news media to shut their mouth? Just about all the newspaper and radio shows and TV news shows. And when's the last time you even heard Sean Hannity talk about free energy patents? Is how controlled it all is. And why is the military and police so cowed? What is so powerful that they're cowed? That the news media doesn't feel safe explaining to us that we had free energy patented 40 years ago and would change our world so much, for get rid of so many heavy metals coming out of car exhaust, and we wouldn't have to pay all our money to all these Muslim nations that I suspect fund the jihad with our oil money, and we wouldn't have to bankrupt ourselves with carbon credits. No. Why does the news media feel that the police and military are too scared to protect them if they say that? Could it be that there's a negative extraterrestrial group with more firepower than our militaries that back secret societies that control the governments and the news? Kind of like it seems David Icke talks about. You know, the Bible talks about the old dragon, the reptilian, that deceives the world in the book of Revelation. But you know, if that's the case, then they've been probably there for a long time. But God still made it possible to make it to where all Americans are not mind controlled into the FEMA camps. and that Americans were able to throw off the British crown in 1776 and get some rights because people repented unto Deuteronomy 13 and pushed back against the devil worshippers for having a religion of genocide and injustice. And God helps those who help themselves do the right thing. And, today, it'd be far better if Americans would, and the world, would wage the paper campaign against the Illuminati and the corruption of voting, suing, class action lawsuits, studying the toxins in all our food supply, and suing the daylights out of the traders. Researching and exposing corruption, getting politicians to sign business contracts that they'll do their campaign promises or they owe all their wealth to their constituents, and spreading that all over, putting it on 3x5 index cards printed out and taping it to doors and putting it on social media and making email lists, and just thinking about how to effectively wake people up to vote in people loyal to the people who will get the police and military to clean house, because the police and military know who the traitors are. They've got that spy system down, and it's in there. And if Americans and the world will sit by and not think, research, talk, expose, sue, and organize the vote at the primary level, and then do all the things needed to make sure voter fraud doesn't overwhelm that process, and they won't think about how to do all this stuff and pray to Jesus about how to do it all, then we're going to get what most people deserve, which is what the history books tell us happens after this level of corruption is ignored, which is everybody stars in a ditch and then goes to hell for cowardice, for letting it happen, basically. And it'll be a billion, million, trillion times not worth our while to get in that predicament, just so you wouldn't have had to put the 10 Commandments, repent or die, and conspiracy theory government documents in a bunch of comment boxes day and night, and search engine lists of social media sites and get 2 or 200 social media site accounts and make videos and articles and post them all the time, and get in the comment boxes with links to all the truth or news exposing the real corruption. And a lot of these patents you can find by going to StartPage or DuckDuckGo.com and typing in patent number, and whatever you're looking for: anti-gravity, free energy, cancer cure, silver cancer cure, silver AIDS cure, mental illness cure, and going to the crazy website, copying the patent number, and going to USPTO.gov if it's a US patent, or Google Patents has copies of the world's patents, and searching for that patent number in their patent search box, and reading, and maybe getting a few specialized dictionaries for free online. And if you don't understand the geek speak, and talking about it. Download the patent, so you got a copy of it, and the patent number, and the link to it, and get a free website. I search engineering free web hosting, and post a copy of the patent there, and the link to the actual patent, and that distracts from the patent on the actual link, because you're giving them the copy to look at there, so that maybe the actual link won't get taken down. If not, you have a backup copy on your website and on your thumb drive, and posting the link to that website in all these comment boxes. And you know, you can sell stuff on your site and put ads on it and buy from wholesalers and sell it on eBay and advertise it on your social media and your website. And you need to really transition from doing more and more of that when you get home until it becomes enough profit that you can just do that full time instead of your regular job. Do it 40 hours a week. Beg Jesus every day, what are you supposed to do next, sir? Lord. Because it's those that confess, meaning it's true that Christ is your Lord, who are saved. Not those that lie and say Christ is their Lord and they don't do what Christ commands. So God bless.